Hi guys, and welcome back to a brand new LucasVision video. That's right, in my brand new setting. We've been redecorating and this is my new creative space. What do you think?
Justice for Rocco.
He loves it. And in today's video, I'm going to be bringing you a brand new series. It's going to be a versus series. And in today's video, we're going to be versing 2018 Eurovision, all aboard, with 2019 Eurovision, Dare to Dream. That's right, so what I'm going to be doing is going through each country that participated in the 2019 contest, and I'm going to be pitting it off against the 2018 entrants for the same country, and afterwards we're going to have a tally and see who won. And as a bonus, I'm going to be including the Ukraine, because hello, justice for Maruv. Right, so let's start with Albania. Yes, Albania was great last year and amazing this year. They were both very ethnic, both singing their own language, but I think you need a pipped it, so 2019. Next we have Armenia. Now last year Armenia was very ethnic and more true to its cultural roots. But this year, Serbuk, what a power tune! One of the biggest injustices was that Serbuk didn't qualify. What happened? So for me, it's got to be 2019. Next we have Australia, and last year Jessica Mauboy brought us that great R&B feel-good banger with We Got Love. And this year, Kate brought us a very different tune. And I have to go with 2019, I'm afraid, just because Australia were out of the box. I even put money on them to win. They didn't win. Spoiler alert. To me, it just screamed Eurovision, compared to Jessica Mauboy that was a bit more generic. However, what I did love about Jessica Mauboy was that they had someone from an indigenous background. Then we have Austria. So in 2018, we had Caesar Sampson with Ain't Nobody But You versus Panda with I'm Talking About You. And I've got to say, the winner for me all the way was Caesar Sampson. What a soulful tune. So 2019. Next we have Azerbaijan, one of my favourite countries to pronounce. Last year we had Cross My Heart, and it didn't qualify. The very first one that didn't qualify for Azerbaijan. And this year they had Chingiz with Truth, and it's such a contemporary banger. But I've got to say, Chingiz just, I think it poops all over Cross My Heart. So 2019 yet again. So next up is Belgium, and last year we had Scenic with A Matter of Time, which was very Bondy. It was like a Bond theme tune. And this year we had Elliot with Wake Up, and I must say it was great because it spoke about the planet and had a great message to it. And for that reason, I think 2019 just pipped Scenic. It was so hard. It was contemporary. You'd find it in the charts. I think I had no choice but to pick Elliot. Next up is Belarus, and last year Alex Ziev didn't do it for me. There was something about the performance I wasn't a fan of. I don't know if it was the vocals or the staging, but this year Xena brought it out the bag, and yes, I liked it. Am I gonna like it? Am I gonna like it? Yes, boy Luke likes it. So 2019 again. Next up it's Switzerland, and last year we had Zibs with Stones, and they responded to me on Instagram, which gives them an extra point. And this year we had Luca Hänni with She Got Me, and I'm sorry, I know you responded to me, Zibs. Your song was great, it was punky, it was rocky, but She Got Me is such a cultural tune. I mean, it's a bit like Fuego, but it's still really good. 2019. Cyprus. Now, this is a bit strange because both songs are kind of exactly the same. Replay is a bit of a carbon copy of Fuego, but Fuego was the OG, you cannot beat the original, so 2018. Then we have the Czech Republic, and yes, last year it was your boy Mikolas Josef with Lie to Me, which was great. It was a bit, people were saying it was a bit of a Jason Derulo rip-off, but I thought it was really contemporary and modern, and I'm still listening to it now. And this year you had Lake Malawi with Friend of a 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 Friend. And it was really good, really energetic, great energy on stage, but Mikolas, he brought the house down, so 2018. Next up we have Germany. Now, if I'm being honest, Germany, both entrants for both years were quite weak in my opinion. I loved Sisters from this year. Last year I was not a fan. I just did not connect to the song, so I've got to say, it's Sisters 2019. Next up is Denmark. Now, if you've been following me on this channel, I've been very bitter because Rocco and Urius didn't qualify and Leonora did with Love Is Forever. And I was like, what? It's so cheesy, but at the same time it's different. Last year though, I've got to say, Denmark was one of my tunes, and it still is one of my tunes, so 2018 win. Then we have Estonia. 2018 saw Elena bring La Forza, an opera smash, and it got you very emotional. It was quite an emotive song, I loved it. And this year Victor Crone was kind of a bit more generic. It was something that you hear every day, and it just didn't do it for me. So 2018. Then there was Finland, and both years did not qualify. What's going on there? And I must admit, look away from this year's, didn't do anything for me. I thought it was very generic and a bit bland. But Monsters, Sarah Alto, whoa, I loved it. And if you listen carefully, the tune from Norway has the same sort of melody in it. And I love the tune from Norway, and I love Monsters, so 2018. Then we have France, and it's such a difficult decision. I love songs equally, and I think that has something to do with Madame Monsieur, who wrote both tracks. All of Mercy was in French. It had a great message to it, but Roi also had a great message to it, and I loved the Franglish going on. But if I had to pick, Mercy, 2018. Next up, we have the United Kingdom, and we have Michael Rice versus Suri. And I'm sorry, Michael Rice, I like the song. I've warmed up a lot more to it now, but it's 2018 for me. Suri was just so memorable with a great hook in that track. Then we have Georgia. I wasn't a fan of it this year, so I'm going to have to say last year, your ethno jazz won it for me. Ethno jazz all the way. Then there's Greece. Last year, you brought the cultural ethnic vibes down. Loved it. However, this year, Better Love, Katrin, whoa. It was so good. It had a sort of Britpop element to it, but it still also had a Greek kind of feeling to it. So it's got to be 2019. Then we have my fave, Croatia. Woo! No competition. Rocco wins. Every day. I loved how theatrical Franco was, but come on. Those wings, that voice, that personality. Team Rocco. Hungary. Gotta admit, I loved it last year. I loved that heavy metal vibe. So different, 2018. Next up, Ireland, and I wasn't too keen on the entrant this year. I've got to say, last year, Ryan with Together tugged on every heartstring, and it was so modern. The theme was modern, the story, the tune, still on my playlist. 2018. Israel. Now, this might be controversial, but my winner is Italy. Both songs had a great message. They're so deep and emotive. 2018, you're talking about terrorism. And then 2019, you're talking about a boy and his relationship with his father and that money can't solve all of your problems. So I've got to say, I fell in love with you, Mahmood. 2019, represent. He even sang in Arabic. Lithuania, sorry, last year I was not a fan of Here are the reasons I want you to know, ha ha. That did not do it for me, I'm afraid. I thought it was a bit soppy, a bit sappy. However, Run with the Lions was my tune. I loved it. 2019. Then we have Latvia. Wasn't a fan of it this year, I'm afraid. Something about it was a bit elevator music. So my winner is 2018. Funny Girl brought all of the sass, the storyline. It was quite 50 Shades, but it was a gripping tale. Loved it. Next up, Moldova. No competition. Last year, you were amazing. You came out of nowhere, took the competition by storm, and it was like a cheesy Eurovision that we've all grown to love. Doridos. Then we have North Macedonia, and again, I wasn't a fan of it this year. It was just a bit too... It was a bit generic in terms of being an empowerment anthem. I think it's been done time and time and time again. Whereas Lost and Found last year, whoa, by IQ, that was so different. The song went in like 10 million directions and you didn't know where the start was and the finish was, whether it was pop, rock, R&B. 2018. Woo. Then we have Malta. And I'm sorry, Christabel, Taboo was great talking about mental illness and things like that, and it was such a great message to put across. But Michaela this year brought the bop with Chameleon. I'm like a chameleon. So 2019 all the way. Montenegro. Now, both entrants, both years were really cheesy, weren't they? Whoa. I mean, last year was more ethnic and more diverse. But this year, I started to fall in love with it towards the end, I'm sorry. It was like a group of Christians meet High School Musical. It was that sort of family-friendly kind of bopper. I'm a bit of a sucker for High School Musical, so 2019 wins. Netherlands, no competition. Last year was different, it was diverse, it was quirky. Everybody's got a bit of outlaw in them. But this year, oh, one of my all-time favourite entrants. Well done, Duncan Lawrence, you pulled on every heartstring. Norway! Now, I was so torn because I love both entrants, and Alexander Rybak was who got me into Eurovision in the first place, but let's face it, what was that song last year? I mean, I was obsessed with it. I loved it, and I was singing it all day as my guilty pleasure. But Spirit in the Sky, come on. Then we have Poland, and last year, sorry, I found you too generic. It was too kind of club disco vibe songs. He loved it, but I mean, Poland brought their ethnic vibes, the cultural vibes, diversity, the white noise style of singing. I loved it. I could have watched that for days. Something about it was hypnotising. 2019. And then we have Portugal, and much like with Poland, this year you were just so much more diverse. I loved it. It was like an art form. It was like I was watching art on stage. I felt like I was in a trance and I couldn't look away. So, you win, guys. Romania, wasn't really a massive fan of either, to be honest, but I think in terms of catching what I could get to grips with more, 2019. Russia, last year, what were you doing? I Won't Break. What was that mountain all about? Oh, staging hell, nightmare. This year, whoa, you brought it right back, didn't you? 2019. San Marino. Both years you were incredibly cheesy and a bit cringe, but guilty pleasure alert. I'm starting to really like Serhat. Serbia. Just have to say, 2019 wins straight away. She was elegant, she was beautiful, vocals on point, stunner. Again, I was in a trance, could not look away. 2019, what a babe. Marry me. Then we have Slovenia. Sorry, you know I wasn't a fan of it this year. It's just too futuristic. I couldn't get to grips, I couldn't find a hook, I couldn't find anything catchy about it. I mean, maybe in a few years' time I'll like it and it might start to warm on me, but it's just not my taste, I'm afraid. Hey, everyone's got an opinion. Last year though, Valenier, Valenier, I loved it, I was bopping. If you've seen the Eurovision Hub video when I'm reacting to that, you will look at me in a different light. 2018, Lea Sirk, winner. And we have Sweden. Oh, both years were so good. And I know not a lot of people liked Benjamin Ingrosso last year, but it was a guilty pleasure. I loved it. Honestly, so good. It's still on my playlist. But this year, your gospel vibes, the more I listen to it, the more it takes a hold of me. And I'm like getting my inner... You know when John Lundvik does this, and he kind of does this bop that I'm not very good at. But it's really kind of, you can't look away. It makes me want to do the John Lundvik. This is what I call this. And to answer your question, it's not too late for love because you've just won. And then bonus round, we have the Ukraine. This year, it was all right actually. It was a bop, but compared to last year, Melovin, wow, the production, everything was so good. It was like I was watching the Phantom of the Opera being played by a vampire. It was amazing. I loved everything about it. I mean, this year, something about it was a bit too tamped up, a bit too Human Centipede, the whole legography thing, it wasn't for me. I mean, it was still a bop and I still like it, but compared to 2018, sorry Melovin, you're the winner. Right, there we have it. That's all of the entrants, 2018 versus 2019, and I can reveal that the winner is 2019. 2019 had 25 points, with 2018 having 17 points. So it was a bit close, but 2019, maybe it's because you were fresher in my mind, but you won. You blew all over 2018. Anyway, that was just my opinion. What I want to know is, what did you think? Do you prefer 2018 or did you prefer 2019? Please let me know in the comments down below. I love reading all of your comments and all of your opinions. And please join in the conversation. I don't bite. Also, before you go, don't forget to check out my album, Closed Heart, Dry Eyes, on Spotify now. I'd love to know what you think. Also, let me know what you think of my new background. I'm hoping to jazz it up a bit more in the future. What I want to know is, who should be on my next Versus video? I want you to submit all of your songs in the comments down below. I'm going to pit 2 songs off against each other. And that can be from any Eurovision, one versus the other. And we'll have a detailed breakdown and review. So let me know. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye. Bye.
I've paid my dues. I'm through with you. It's time to face the truth. It's over. We've tried 1,000 times and finally realized it's time to say goodbye. We're colder. Yeah, everything we had is faded and gone. My voice expired as your favorite song. No longer your puppet to string along. I've paid my dues. I'm through with you. It's time to face the truth, it's over.